Pastors and mission committee members, during ReachOut, I'll be running a workshop to help leaders to consider how you can inspire and mobilize your members for greater involvement in the Great Commission, whether it's reaching the lost in our backyard or sending people to the least reached communities around the world. I'll be calling this workshop 7 Things You Can Do to Grow Your Vision for Missions and Capacity in Your Church. I'll be using my decade working alongside the Singapore Church and around Asia to help us put a lens on this question. Singapore is one of the most vibrant missions environments, and towards the end of the 20th century, the Gordon Conwell studies ranked them amongst the highest sending countries in the world when you count the number of cross-cultural missionaries sent per capita of church attenders. For a tiny island nation which is less than 10% the size of Sydney and its suburbs, it's a remarkable story. But when you consider that so many of the churches in Singapore were birthed by missionaries, and many of the leaders speak of a nation being the Antioch of Asia, it's no surprise that the Singapore church is having a great impact amongst the unreached around the world. There are many lessons to learn, and there are also some pitfalls to avoid, but I think we'll all be inspired by what God is doing in Singapore and beyond. Part of our leadership role is to mobilize the next generation of gospel workers. And my deep desire is that the Australian church sees fresh waves of workers going to the nations. Ultimately, we desire to help leaders to move missions from being a side interest of a passionate few to becoming a defining ministry of the whole church, where making disciples of all nations is not seen just as an optional extra, but as an essential part of what it means to follow Christ. So I look forward to seeing you at ReachOut to having this conversation.